Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, a country shop on the New South Wales south coast has ruffled a few feathers after choosing to go completely cashless. Some have welcomed the milestone move at the Heritage Bakery in Milton, New South Wales, but others aren't impressed, saying that they will flatly refuse to shop there.
Now, Mon, it's not the first business to opt out of cash transactions. A McDonald's outlet in Melbourne has gone cashless from midnight to 6 a.m, and experts predict Australia will become technically cashless in as few as 1 or 2 years. Now, for more, we're joined by Professor of Marketing and Consumer Behaviour, Gary Mortimer, who can shine all the light on this. Gary, why is it becoming so much more common to be cashless?
Yeah, Brett, listen, I guess at the end of the day, the data shows that fewer and fewer of us are actually using cash. And I think the other driving factor there is the security. So the McDonald's that doesn't take cash between midnight and 6 a.m, that, obviously if you're not holding cash, then there's less chance of an armed hold-up. And of course, there'd be smaller businesses trying to avoid those fees and charges that banks charge them for holding those EFTPOS terminals and using, the terminals.
Obviously, say that bakery, for example, the Heritage Bakery in Milton, they have obviously done the numbers and decided it's more expensive for them to take cash, even if they lose business. Wow.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it, that we're seeing businesses all the time sort of say, we're not going to take cash any longer. And there's lots of problems with that. I mean, you have to hold the cash, somebody has to take the cash to the bank to bank it, which means there's some security risks in doing that. And then at the end of the day, if people are walking in and, fewer and fewer of us with cash and they just simply want to tap and go, there's really no need to actually accept cash any longer.
Yeah, and the argument is what? That it's cleaner and that it's more accurate. You've probably got less chance of maybe being overcharged. Would that be right?
Yeah, and listen, I think COVID really sort of pushed this move away from cash. I remember, during the pandemic, many businesses putting up signs saying no cash because we don't want to sort of touch contaminate cash, and then obviously spread the virus. I think we've come out of that period and many businesses have said, well, listen, we didn't really take a lot of, cash, so we probably don't need to facilitate cash.
I hear everything that you're saying. I just can't see it happening really, really quickly because there's lots of small businesses, tradies particularly, that still are operating in cash, whether we like it or not. So is a business actually allowed to refuse cash from a paying customer?
Yeah, listen, I guess businesses are free to trade as they wish. They can trade certain hours depending on what the legislation is locally, but also when it comes to how they like to, trade their goods or their services, they can opt to say, listen, I'm going to take cash, or I'm going to take card, or I'm going to take digital payments, or I'll take a bit of both. The risk, of course, though, with some of these businesses, as you, led into, is that if people do wish to use cash and they can't use cash at that particular business, well, you lose a proportion of your customers. And we know that one of the largest supermarkets in Australia did try to go cashless. Some of their smaller, inner city stores, they trialled it for about 6 or 7 months and realised that there was still a demand from, particularly, older populations, but also young kids that got pocket money and had to use their cash somewhere to spend.
Yeah, all right. Gary Mortimer, thank you. We know it gets everybody really fired up. We'd love to know what you think, so please let us know on the Sunrise Facebook page. Do you want to go cashless, or do you still want to have the right to use your cash?